Hello, I'm Fiona and welcome to Shine Virtual. Today we're going to be teaching a beginner's Pilates class, beginner level, but hopefully you will have done a little bit of Pilates to start with, so nothing too hard today. So we're going to get started. You're going to find your hip width distance. This is the knobbly bits of the hip bones. Line those knobbly bits of the hip bones with your kneecaps and the toes. The toe next to the big toe. So everything is in line. Keep your feet parallel. Pull your belly button in. Shoulders back and down your spine. Stretch up tall through the top of your head. So when we do Pilates, we always breathe into the rib cage. So keep your belly button pulled in tight. Take a nice deep breath into the rib cage. Let the arms float up to shoulder height. Breathe out and relax the arms down. And again, deep breath in. And breathe out. Pull the shoulder blades down your spine. One more time. Deep breath in. And out. Good. Now keeping your torso still, we're going to circle the arm. So right arm up and as far back as you can without twisting the torso, then the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. And again, breathe in for half the circle. Breathe out for the other half. Keeping your torso nice and still. You're going to do it one more time each side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time. Breathe in. Now let's do both arms together. So again, keep the torso nice and tall and straight. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. And relax. Good. Well done. Just rock through the feet. Up onto the balls of the feet. Back onto the heels. Settle the weight down again. So you have equal weight through the feet. Imagine you're stood with your spine flat against a wall, and we're going to peel the spine off of the wall one vertebra at a time. Just drop the chin to the chest, keeping your belly tight. Drop down, let your arms hang, let your head hang. So there's no tension in the neck or the shoulders. Just roll all the way down as far as you comfortably can. Keep your belly button pulled in tight as you roll back up again, one vertebra at a time. Stand up tall, shoulders back. Let's do that one more time. Drop the chin to the chest, rolling down, let your arms hang, let your head hang, come all the way down. Just relax, keeping the belly tight. Roll back up again, one vertebra at a time. Stand up tall, shoulders back. Good. Okay, let's go on to the mat now. Ideally, you need a mat and a pillow or cushion if you have one. And let's find our Pilates position to start. So knees bent. Find the knobbly bits of your hip bone again. Line those up with the middle of your kneecaps. You want your feet hip width apart and parallel. Now we're going to find neutral spine, the position where the spine has its natural curves. So you want the three bony points in your pelvic girdle level, so the two bony hip bones and the pubic bone, and just rock your hips, pubic bone up to the ceiling, belly button up to the ceiling. Just rocking through the hips and then settle the movement halfway between those two extremes, and that should give you a tiny gap between the lower back and the floor. That's your neutral spine position. Pull your shoulder blades down your spine, lengthen through the top of your head, and then if you want to, use your pillow or your cushion for a little bit of support to make that position more comfortable. Your feet are relaxed, your arms are relaxed. Imagine you've got a belt around your waist and you want to do your belt up a couple of extra notches. Just pull your belly button in to try and make your waist a little bit smaller. And then keeping the belly still, let's take a nice deep breath into the rib cage, inflate the ribs, wide and full, breathe out and let the rib cage deflate. And again, slow deep breath in, inflate the ribs, wide and full, breathe out and let the rib cage deflate. Continue to breathe into the rib cage, keeping the belly still. So when we do our Pilates exercises, we're trying to encourage the muscles to work in the correct way that they should work. And we're trying to stop the body cheating to get the movement done. So make sure you're not pressing down through your feet. Your feet are relaxed and just resting on the mat. Imagine you have eggshells underneath your feet, and whilst your feet can rest on the eggshells, you don't want to squash the eggshells. So we're going to start off with a gentle movement. You're going to breathe out and lift the right knee so the knee is directly above the hip and the shin is parallel to the floor. Breathe in and return the foot to the floor, resting the foot on those eggshells as you lift the left leg up. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Onto eggshells. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. And continue to do that. So when we think about the feet resting on the eggshells, we're making our abdominal muscles work to support the weight of the legs, rather than just pressing through one foot then the other. Keep your arms relaxed so you're not tempted to press the hands down into the floor. Keep your shoulder blades pulled down your spine. Nice deep breath in. Let's do one more time each side. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in and lower. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in and lower. And relax it there. If you feel it working the back quite hard and you just want to relax the back, give the knees a hug. Rock your knees from side to side. And then come back. Feet and knees hip width apart. Hip bones and pubic bone level to give you that little gap between the lower back and the floor. Lengthen through the top of your head. Both arms straight up to the ceiling. Keep your arms straight. You're going to take the right arm up by the head and the left hand down to the thighs. Back up to the ceiling. Left arm up by the head and right hand down to the thighs and back up to the ceiling. So this is just working the shoulder joints. You're keeping the arms straight, and ideally you want to get the hand to the floor when it's up by the head. If you find you're a little bit restricted in that movement, make sure you're not bending your arm, and try not to tip your rib cage up, but just slow the movement down, push a little bit deeper through your shoulder joint, and just try and get a little bit closer to the floor each time. No pressing through your feet to help you. Let's do that one more time. And relax it there. Good, well done. So we're going to do a little bit more work on the abdominals now, concentrating a little bit more around your side. You've got a couple of options with this one. First option, come onto the tips of your toes with your feet almost together. If you want to work a little bit harder, take both feet up, feet and knees gently together. Let's take the arms across the chest, so you're not tempted to use your arms to help you out. Pull your shoulder blades down your spine. Keep your elbows still. We're going to gently take the knees to the right and the head to the left. But we're working really hard to keep both shoulder blades down the whole time. Come back to center. Knees to the left, head to the right. The shoulder blades stay down and your elbows stay still. Back to center again. Now the breathing with this one is just slow and steady. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Knees to the left, head to the right. Now you'll find with this one, the slower you go, the further you'll go. So take your time. Just watch your upper body, your elbows are still, your shoulder blades are down. Let's do one more. Knees to the left, head to the right. Back to center. And relax the feet down. Back to neutral spine. We're going to do a shoulder bridge next, but before we do that, we're going to do a quick hamstring stretch just to try and relax the hamstrings up the back of the leg. So, right leg up. Hold the back of your leg. If it's not very comfortable for you to hold the back of your leg, you can always get a dressing gown belt and put that over your foot to help pull it towards you. Don't worry about your neutral spine position for this one, but make sure you're not pressing down through the left leg. You're feeling the stretch up the back of the right leg. Pull it in just a little bit closer. Stretching the hamstring just to try and relax them before the next exercise. Relax down. Let's change legs. Left leg up. Hold the back of the left leg. Pull the leg towards you. Make sure you're not pressing down through your right foot now. Feeling that stretch up the back of the left leg. And then relax. So feet and knees hip width apart. Moving on to the shoulder bridge. You start with neutral spine. You squeeze your abdominals tight to flatten the back into the mat. Make sure you're not pressing through your feet at this point. Then you squeeze your buttocks tight and you start to peel the tailbone off the floor. One vertebra at a time. Peeling the spine off the floor until you're up onto your shoulder blades. Hold it there. Make sure your arms are relaxed. Make sure your toes are relaxed so there's no gripping with the feet. And then roll the spine back down onto the mat. One vertebra at a time. Come all the way back to neutral spine, so that little gap is there between the lower back and the floor. And then we go again. So belly button pulled in tight to flatten the back into the mat. Then squeeze the buttocks tight. Slowly and gently rolling up, one vertebra at a time. Up onto the shoulder blades. Toes relaxed, arms relaxed. And then roll back down again. Now you can take your time with this one. Make sure you're not hurrying through the movement. Come back to neutral spine and go again. So the main benefits of this one is that we mobilize the spine all the way up through the spine. And if you tend to get lower backache, this is a really good exercise to do to just help mobilize your spine and keep the spinal joints supple. Let's do that one more time. Belly tight, buttocks tight. Peel the spine off of the mat, one vertebra at a time, onto the shoulder blades, and then roll back down, one vertebra at a time. Back to neutral spine. And let's do a stretch. Straighten the legs along the floor, reach back with the fingers, get a really good stretch right the way through the body. Just hold it there. And then relax. Good, well done. We're going to lay on our side now. So we're going to do a little bit of work for the outer thigh muscle, but this is going to test your balance as well. So you want to lie in a completely straight line, from your fingertips right the way through the torso, the hips, the thighs to the toes. You can rest your head on your arm if you have a cushion. You can rest the head on the cushion between the head and the arm. And you want to stay in a straight line. Now you may find you wobble a little bit, so just use one or two fingertips in front to stop you from wobbling, but make sure you're not letting the weight roll forward onto the hand. It's just there to stop you from wobbling. Now keeping your belly button tight, lift your top leg so your feet are hip width apart, and then stretch the top leg away from you. So you're trying to lengthen that limb, you're trying to get your hip bone as far away from your rib cage as you can. And then one or two fingertips in front, or resting your spare hand on your hip. You keep your hip girdle absolutely still, and you're going to lift and lower the top leg. Breathe out as you lift, breathe in as you lower. Now we're going to do this 10 times. Keep stretching the top leg. So you're always lengthening the limb. This is going to help isolate your outer thigh muscle. So breathe out and lift, breathe in and lower. A few more times. Keep stretching that top leg. And then we're just going to add a little extra something to this one to really challenge your balancing muscles. You keep the top leg lifted a little bit. Belly tight. Use a couple of fingertips in front for support if you want to. Lift your bottom leg, bringing your feet towards each other. Hold it there. Make sure the arm reaching up here is relaxed. See if you can come onto one fingertip. See if you can lift your hand off the floor and relax down. Let's do that one more time. Lift your top leg. Stretch the top leg away from you. Just one fingertip in front for support now. Lift your bottom leg. Hold it there. Arm reaching up is relaxed. See if you can take your hand away. See if you can rest it on your hip. And then relax. Good work. Well done. Okay, we're going to come up onto our hands and knees now. So this is a balancing exercise again. If you find it uncomfortable to kneel, or if it's uncomfortable for your wrists, just come back into your neutral spine position, laying on your back, and just practice some breathing, keeping your belly tight, taking a deep breath into the rib cage and breathe out. But if you're okay on your hands and knees, you're going to keep your head and neck in line with the spine. The spine is nice and straight. Your belly is tight. You're going to take the right hand and the left knee and lift them up. They leave the floor at the same time. They come up roughly level with the spine. Take a deep breath in and then gently relax back down again. And then we're going to take the left hand and the right knee. They leave the floor at the same time. Hold at the top. Take a slow deep breath in. And then gently come back down again. They get back to the floor at the same time. And then we go again, right arm and left leg. Hold at the top. Take a slow deep breath in. Gently back down. And then the left arm and right leg. So it's important you don't rush the bit at the top of the movement. Hold it here for a slow deep breath in, because that's where we're getting our work. Now, if you feel really balanced in that position and you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, take your toes off the floor and have a go with the toes up. It's a little bit harder to balance, but you will be challenging your stabilizing muscles. Left arm and right leg. Hold at the top. Take a deep breath in. And gently back down. Let's do that one more with the right arm and left leg, and then one more with the left arm and right leg, and you can relax. If you've been laying on your back, and you've been practicing your breathing, let's roll on to your front when you're ready. So that exercise was called the tabletop. And when you finish with the tabletop, lay on your front. You can rest the forehead on the pillow if you want to. Hands down by your side. We're going to do an exercise now called the dart. And this exercise really concentrates on your back muscles, all the muscles down your spine. But you need to concentrate on keeping the buttocks and the thighs relaxed. So arms down by your side. Pull your belly button in, but keep the buttocks and the thighs relaxed. You're going to lift the head and shoulders, reach for the back of the knees, and then relax back down again. So breathe out as you lift and reach. Keep your belly button pulled in. Breathe out as you relax back down. And again, slow deep breath in. Just make sure the buttocks and the thighs are relaxed. Breathe out as you come back down. And keep going. Just feel the muscles down your spine contracting to lift the head and shoulders up. Watch your feet aren't starting to lift off the floor as you do this. The buttocks and the thighs stay relaxed the whole time. Let's do it 2 more times. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in and lower. 1 more time. Breathe out, lift, reach for the back of the knees, and then relax. Well done. You can now rest your forehead on your arms. Now we're going to concentrate on working the buttock muscles. So, your belly is tight. Bend your right knee, squeeze your right buttock tight, push your right hip bone into the mat, and lift and lower your right knee without tensing the arms, without lifting the head, and without pressing down through your left leg. Breathe out as you lift, breathe in as you lower. So think about that right hip bone pressing down into the mat and keeping the left leg relaxed the whole time. We're just isolating the right buttock at the moment. Let's do this 2 more times. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Last time. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in and lower. Relax down. Change legs. Bend your left knee. Squeeze your left buttock tight. Push your left hip bone into the mat and lift and lower the left knee. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in and lower. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in as you lower. Keep your arms and your shoulders relaxed. The right leg is relaxed and just resting on the mat. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in and lower. Let's do it 2 more times. And last one. And relax. Good, well done. We're going to do a stretch for the front of the body now. So hands either side of the head. Just breathe out. Press through the arms. See if you can get the elbows off the floor. Hold at the top. Belly tight. Take a deep breath in. Inflate your rib cage, breathe out and relax back down. Let's do that again. Breathe out, lift, press through the hands, high as you can, hold at the top, belly tight, deep breath in, and relax. Good, well done. Sit back on your heels, as long as that's comfortable for your knees and your ankles and your hips. Just drop the head. Let the back relax and stretch. So everything in a straight line, from your fingertips to your toes. Head resting on the pillow if you want to. All the way down in a straight line. And then if you're wobbling just a little bit, you need a bit of stability, 1 or 2 fingertips in front for support. But remember, don't let the weight roll forward onto your fingertips. Otherwise, rest your hand on your hip. Lift your top leg so your feet are about hip width apart. Stretch the top leg away from you. Remember, we're trying to get that hip bone as far away from the rib cage as you can. Keeping the hips perfectly still, you're going to lift and lower the top leg. So breathe out as you lift, breathe in as you lower. The arm reaching up stays relaxed. The bottom leg, although you're keeping it straight, make sure you're not pressing the bottom leg into the mat. It's all about challenging the stabilizing muscles as well as working your outer thigh. See if you can stretch the top leg just a little bit further. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Let's do that a couple more times. That's it. One more time. Breathe out. Now hold it here. 1 or 2 fingertips in front for a bit of extra support if you want to. Belly tight. Lift your bottom leg. Bring the feet gently together. Hold it there. The arm reaching up is still relaxed. See if you can come onto 1 fingertip. See if you can take the fingertips off the floor completely. Relax down. Let's do that one more time. Lift your top leg. Stretch your top leg away from you. Belly tight. Lift the bottom leg. Hold it there. Arm reaching up is still relaxed. Take your fingertip away if you can. See if you can rest your hand on your hip. And relax. Good, well done. Okay, I'm going to do a chalk circle now. So you're going to bend your knees up into the chest. Rest your head on the pillow. Both hands in front with the palms facing each other. Your belly button is tight. Your back is nice and straight. Imagine you've got a piece of chalk in your fingertips and you're going to draw a circle all the way around you. You're going to start off by just stretching the top hand forward by a couple of inches. Keep your fingertips down. Draw your circle. Now, your hips need to stay completely still, but the head and shoulders can roll back with the arm. You keep the fingertips down as far round as you can without moving your hips, and then if you need to, lift the hand off the floor. Touch it down behind you as soon as you can. Continue the circle over the hips. Come back to the start and go again. So just check. Your belly button is tight, your hips are still. Stretch the top arm by a couple of inches. Circle round, watching the arm as you go. Let the head and shoulders roll back with the arm. And when you need to, lift the fingertips up. Touch them back down behind you as soon as you can. Over the hips. Back to the start. And let's go again. Stretch the top arm. Circle round. Really stretch up as you go over the head. Letting the head and shoulders roll back with the arm. Ideally, the more you do this, the bigger the range of movement your shoulder joint will get, and the further round you can keep your fingertips. Take your time, slow and steady, and eventually you should be able to keep your fingertips down all the way around, but that might take a few weeks. Okay, relax it there. Gently sit up. You can do a little bit more work for the abdominals. You're sitting up, spine nice and straight, feet and knees hip width apart with the knees bent. Hands in front, pull your belly button in tight, then curve your spine and slowly roll back just as far as you can comfortably go without lifting your heels off the floor. Then roll up and sit up tall. And then we do that again. Curve your spine, roll back, keep your heels down and make sure your spine is curved as you do this. You don't want to go back with a straight spine. Roll back up, sit up tall, and then go again. Belly tight, curve your spine, rolling down. See if you can go a fraction further this time. Keeping the belly tight. Sit up tall. And again, one last time. Rolling back, take your time. If you can go further back, obviously you need to take a little bit longer. Belly tight. Roll up. And sit up tall. Okay, let's lay on our other side to do chalk circles. So, back nice and straight, knees tucked up into the chest, hands in front with the palms facing each other. Your belly button is tight, your hips stay absolutely still. Extend the top arm by a couple of inches. Think of that piece of chalk in your fingertips. You're drawing a circle around you, letting the head and shoulders roll back with the arm. When you need to, take the hand off the floor, but get it back down behind you as soon as you can. Over the hips. Hands together and off we go again. Extend the top arm. Belly tight. Keep the fingertips down as far round as you can. Head and shoulder rolls back with the arm. And it might take a few weeks, but as long as it's not painful for the shoulders, gradually you want to keep the fingertips down a little bit further round each time. Get them back down a little bit sooner each time. And eventually you should be able to keep the fingertips down all the way around. Stretch the top arm. Circle round. Let's do that one more time. Keeping the hips still. Watching the arm as you go. And then relax. Good work. Right, let's gently sit up. I'm going to do a stretch for the inner thighs. So you can either take the soles of the feet together or sit with the feet apart, whichever way is most comfortable for you. You want to keep your back straight and your belly tight and lean forward with your whole torso. Try not to lean forward with the head and shoulders. So the back is straight, the belly is tight. Just walk the hands forward, or if you're sitting with the soles of the feet together, hold on to the toes, just gently pull yourself forward. Feel the stretch on the inner thighs, but try and relax the muscles so they're not tensing against the stretch. And then go forward just a little bit further, keeping your belly button pulled in to help support your lower back. Hold it there. Make sure those muscles are nice and relaxed. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out and go just a little bit further. Hold it there. Keep the muscles relaxed. And gently relax. You're going to sit with your feet in front now, however's comfortable. You want the back to be straight and the legs to be relaxed. So you might find it comfortable to cross them. Knees bent slightly, legs straight. It's up to you. Belly tight. Stretch up tall. Arms out to the side with your shoulders back and down your spine. And without tensing your legs or pressing through your feet, gently twist to the side. Back to center. Relax the arms. And then again, arms out, shoulders down, sitting up tall. Let's twist the other way. Belly tight, come back to center, relax the arms. And again, sit up tall, lengthening through the top of the head. Twist as far around as you comfortably can. Back to center and relax. And again, arms out, gently twist. Come back to center, relax. We're going to do that one more time each side. Arms out. Belly tight. Keeping your legs relaxed the whole way through. And last time. Arms out. Twist to the side. Back to center and relax. Good, well done.